friends, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time with us, my name is Elena, and today I'm using a new microphone, so we'll see how that goes. Full honesty, I ordered a whole new microphone because I forgot to bring mine home for Christmas. So I am sitting at my parents' house playing endless amounts of Sims with no way to record audio and upload things, so now I have two microphones. This one is tiny and cute, and a little bit more subtle than my giant one that I got for $20, which I can't decide if I like or dislike that, you know? It kind of makes me feel like I'm on a podcast when I have that, like, big-ass mic sitting in front of me, but so sad. Too bad. Anyways, today we're making the cast of the new Shera, the Shera reboot, Shera and the Princesses of Power, which was made by Netflix and Noelle Stevenson, who I adore. And I knew that I was going to love this show because Noelle Stevenson once famously tweeted, "Assume that all of my characters are gay until convinced otherwise or until told otherwise," which is exactly my favorite type of media. And I also just really get a kick out of turning cartoon styles and animation styles into Sims, as you might know from the two other videos that I've uploaded of a cartoon or anime cast. So this is the main character, obviously Adora. I spent a while fiddling around with how to do the Shera thing. I tried making her an alien because I figured that would be a good way to do it because you can like flip in and out of that for gameplay kind of at a whim, and it's something where like people react to it when they find out. So gameplay wise that worked, but looks wise, Shera with like the alien eyes was horrifying. So I didn't want to do that, and vampires just was like kind of weird, so I made an entire other Shera like character and added her to the household. You'll see that happen later, who is built off of the Adora template but made a little bit more like dramatic and Wonder Woman looking. Giant muscles, you know how it is. So yeah, for this particular video I did make another one of all the like princesses, but for this one I just have the main characters. So you get Adora, Glimmerbow, Catra, the horse, and then Shera. So yeah, I went a little bit more, like I really didn't try to make their outfits like literally accurate. I tried to be more in the spirit of what they normally wear. I actually did try really hard with their faces, but Noelle Stevenson has like, not to critique her animation style because I really do love it, but it's kind of one of those ones where like the face shape is pretty similar. Everybody has that little pointy chin. Nobody has like an actual chin, which is kind of annoying to like decide how their face is going to be shaped based off of that. But the rest of their faces are unique and interesting, so it worked out fine. But yeah, I watched all of the first season, which is the only part of Shera that's out right now. I watched the entire first season of it in like a single day, I think, a couple weeks ago. So I really loved it dearly, and I had a lot of fun with this. So for Adora, I always have trouble when I'm doing like action hero Sims, figuring out like what their aspiration would be, and I usually just put like the buff one because this way you can make her work out a lot, and she is kind of on the show a jock, so that like worked out fine. And then like gave her the dog trait because she's a big horse girl, as we all know. And I made Swiftwind the horse. I made a dog version, just so you could have that little fun gameplay element. And then Neat, I don't know why, I think she's just kind of like a little bit controlling, which is a really fun character trait for her to have, and B, like, I feel like would not get in the way of your gameplay too much, because, she's just cleaning up behind everybody. That's kind of what she does. Yeah, obviously, God bless whichever pack this ponytail came with, because it's perfect. The only way it could have been more perfect is if they did, like, shaved sides, because that's my idea. Like, if you've seen the show, which hopefully you have, because otherwise none of the things I'm saying make sense, then you know that her ponytail just has kind of that, like, bump at the top, and then the sides are sort of, like, vague. So she could have shaved sides, and it would be super lit, but whatever. The volume of her ponytail leads me to believe that she does not have shaved sides. But anyway, yeah, I spent a while going through, like, screenshots from the show for their outfits. I didn't try and get as picky with this one because, like, they wear the same outfit 99% of the time. but I tried to go with like what they usually, you know, what they generally look like, and what I think that they would, as characters, what they would wear. The fun part of this was that because of the Princess Prom episode where they all go to like a giant like formal party, I got to directly rip off of that for their like formal outfits, which is fun. And Noelle Stevenson is a woman after my own heart because each of them has like a distinct color scheme that all of their outfits, no matter like what they're for, kind of pertain to. So Adora always wears red, Glimmer always wears like purplish pinkish, Bo wears a lot of like gold and like kind of jewel tones, and Katra is like, Katra's special. I actually had some trouble with Katra's clothes, but that's neither here nor there. I don't know why this video is so long if I only just got done with Adora. Anyways, so Katra, again, because I adore this show, I also adore the design of Katra, but hers was hard to translate onto onto a sim a little bit because she has a lot of stuff that's just not like, you know, it's not a hairstyle that anybody has in real life, kind of, so they obviously don't have it in the Sims. I also had trouble deciding like how, like kind of how tan to make her and how everything. I tried to go off of sort of what the show has, but the show has a very like pastel aesthetic, so I think like the darker skin tones I like translated to be a little bit darker than they are on the show, just because, you know, the whole show has kind of this like pastel aura about it, so all the colors are a little bit darker on my Sims than they are like clothing wise, complexion wise, everything. Anyways, I really do, I made Katra a little bit, I wanted her and Adora to look very distinct, so I made Katra's face kind of like pointier, more feline. She always has her eyebrow like popped, which is great for character design, but for Sims design is a little bit annoying because it's so hard to tell like what her real face shape is, because she always is making these like cocky expressions, which I love, and I would never want her to change that, but I struggled a little bit with that. But her eyes I made green because in the show one of her eyes is blue, one is yellow, and it's a super distinctive like look that she has, but it was a little bit annoying to like try and figure out. If you have like a heterochromia CC, I know there's a ton of them available, and then you could maybe make one of her eyes a different color, but as it was, I just sort of averaged them out and kind of hoped that that worked. I spent forever picking her hair, actually, because I couldn't decide like if her hair was like kind of tangly or if she had like textured hair or what, and I ended up going with kind of the Frankenstein hair from the Get to Work pack because it's like the right level of, like, my idea of Katra is that she doesn't really care about her appearance very much. She's kind of like, you know, she's not as like buttoned up and everything as Adora is, for instance. And so I thought it was kind of fun to have her have like the wild hair. Plus it seemed correct. But yeah, sadly there was no way to give her the ears or the like little cat mask kind of thing that she always has at the top of her head, because, you know, we have the horrific furry hair from whatever, was it? Did that come in Cats and Dogs? The hair with the ears? Horrifying. But yeah, so her clothes, I also, obviously I could base her like formal wear off of the suit from the Princess Prom episode, which like, if I ever saw somebody IRL wearing that suit, I think I would die. Like, it's just an extremely good look. But yeah, I went through, I put, because in the show she has like those like tiger stripe kind of things on her arms, and I think you can see them like in some shots on like her legs and stuff like that. So I gave her some tattoos to sort of imitate that. I don't know. And then her like actual, her outfits, she also has like a pretty distinct color scheme, which comes a little bit from the like Horde Garrison aesthetic that they all have to have of like the red and black. So some of her stuff looks kind of similar to Adora's, but I tried to make it, she dresses like, Katra dresses like a gymnast a little bit. Like everything's very, or like an acrobat. Everything's very like skin tight and like minimal and all that stuff. She doesn't wear shoes a lot of the time, so I'm pretty sure with her like main outfit, I just didn't give her any shoes. Because I don't think you see her wearing shoes once on the show. Which probably would look a little funny in gameplay, but it's my party and I can do what I want. So yeah, I tried a lot of different things for her. Should I end up giving her the tiger jacket? I'm gonna hate myself so much if I did. But yeah, she was fun to dress, but also, like, I wanted to make sure that she still had that kind of... She reminds me of my dancer friends a little bit. Like, they know exactly what they like to wear based on how it feels, rather than, like, really a specific look that they're going for. It's kind of like, these boots, useful. These pants, stretchy. This shirt, like, light, fluffy. I can use it as a dance warm-up, or I can wear it to a party. Like, that kind of very utilitarian aspect of style. And I think that's kind of what Catra does in her life generally. I gave her, like, ambitious, jealous, and a klepto traits because I think that would make gameplay a little bit more fun to have that klepto trait. I don't think it's really necessarily accurate to the show, but I think it would make some interactions happen that are show accurate. Obviously, ambitious and jealous are, like, the two primary things that drive her on the show, so, you know, there we go. She wants to be a successful army general person. She also wants Adora to get hers. But yeah, so this to me is, like, the ultimate Catra outfit, just that, like, everything's ripped, it's comfy, it doesn't matter, who cares? The world is chaos, and as long as she can move around in her clothes, she doesn't really care. Yeah, I really, by the end of making, because I made an 8 sim household that has all, like, the princesses in it, from the Princess Alliance, like, all the side characters, and by the end of making all of these, I think I did it all over kind of, like, 1 or 2 weekends, and I was so sick of the cold weather clothing options. Like, I have heard people complain about it, never really got how annoying it was until, like, now, when I was making just a bunch of Sims in a row that I wanted to, like, look different, but there's only so many coats, you know? Anyway, so yeah, this is Glimmer. She took me a little bit longer, because it was so hard to, like, again, it's a fun challenge for me, but also sort of, like, I didn't know quite how to translate her cartoon look onto because, on the show, I would say her hair is pink. But in The Sims, obviously, we have, like, the bubblegum pink option or, like, that cute lavender option. And I wanted Glimmer to be as glimmery as possible. So I kind of, I leaned more purple than pink. It was difficult. And also the randomized sim that I started with had kind of an odd face shape. So I was trying to make Glimmer's face, like, wide, and she has, like, chubby cheeks and stuff. But I didn't, yeah. It was a lot of, like, testing things out and deciding they were ugly. And like, because if you look right now, her mouth is so little and then her eyes are so big and it's just kind of odd looking. And, like, everything's so far down in her face. It was, like, it reminded me of doing an ugly to beauty challenge. Not that, like, the randomized sim was super ugly, but just trying to figure out, like, okay, why is your face doing this? And I took a while deciding on, like, eye shapes because I wasn't sure, like, yeah, I don't know. I was like, does she have monoliths? Does she not? Her eyebrows were really fun to do, actually. On the show, they all have, this is one of my, like, favorite, like, a pet peeve, but not a peeve, something that I actually like. But one of my pet favorite things about the animation on the show is the way that all their eyebrows are darker. I don't know. I just get a kick out of it. I think it makes them look very distinctive. I had her have, like, the leader of the pack aspiration because it makes the most sense on the show, and I think it would be really fun to, like, make an actual club that's, like, the Princess Alliance, if you were to use these for gameplay. This is one thing that I always have trouble with, like, cartoon styles, is noses, because it feels like so often they all have just kind of the same, like, swoosh up nose, you know, and not everybody in real life has, like, a little ski slope button, whatever nose, you know, especially not, like, when you have characters that are more diverse than a cast of a bunch of blonde girls. Like, you're gonna have different nose shapes and everything, but usually animators don't pay that much attention to nose, not that they don't pay attention to them, but they, like, don't design them as intricately as they do, like, eyes and stuff like that. So with noses, like, I want it to reflect the style of the show, but I also didn't want to give everybody, like, the same, like, hello, I'm the mean girl from The Click, and I have a, like, little, like, 90-degree, like, you could flip a coin off of my nose kind of a thing. Anyway, that was extended. Yeah, I gave her some, like, cheek stuff that seemed, like, Glimmer-esque to me and kind of, like, alien, because Glimmer has a little bit of that, like, fantasy magical girl aesthetic. So I gave her some, like, lip gloss and sparkly eyeshadow and things like that. Not because she necessarily wears all that stuff on the show, but on the show she literally is, like, glittering constantly a little bit, always. And so I tried to do that as much as I could. I really like the body shape, like, diversity on the show, because even between, like, you know, all of the, like, warrior princess things, you know, you've got, like, a whole ton of variety of body shapes and sizes, and I love it a lot. The only, like, problem, as always, with the Sims, like, body shape thing is that I can't adjust for height, so sometimes, like, Glimmer's, like, a little nugget, but she's gonna be the same height as, like, jacked Adora, or jacked Shera, whatever, which is kind of, I get that it's hard to animate things for different heights of Sims, but makes me sad. Glimmer's outfit was a bitch and a half, if I'm being honest, because she has, like, on the show, it's a little sort of, like, bodysuit cape combo, and it's so cute, and I love it so much, and it works so well as, like, you know, just, it looks kind of young and cute, but also, like, functional, and it still has that kind of, like, regal thing to it, but obviously there's not a lot of, like, cartoon clothing on The Sims, you know? So I went through, I think, every single purple outfit you can possibly put your Sim in ever. I actually almost went with this. I almost went with the overalls, but it just didn't quite give off the same, like, fairy magic pixie, like, floaty thing that Glimmer has going on, you know? Like, she has to swoosh everywhere. You need the swooshy cape. It was very important to me that you had the swooshy cape. So I ended up using a high-low dress for that, which, like, in the literal aesthetic of the show, maybe not as accurate, but spiritually, it's very Glimmer. Because Glimmer wouldn't wear this just, like, plain old overall set as her main outfit, you know? She's got a little bit more panache than that. And there were so many outfits where she looked like she was, like, a lady working in an office, you know? Which, you know, get that bread. There's a lot of things that are important get done in offices, but not Glimmer's things. She gets her stuff done by going out and chit-chatting with people and doing things behind her mom's back. Anyway. So, yeah, I gave her... She has a lot of, like, accessories in all of her outfits, you know, a lot of, like, jewelry and things like that. Some of their outfits have very distinctive, like, jewel things, because on the show they have those, like, magical gemstones that they get some powers from. Steven Universe. But it was like, it was some work to try and figure out how to incorporate those, because it's a very distinctive color usually that you want to have on there, because it makes the character look a little bit more like themselves. But, you know, didn't work out for everybody. So I don't remember what it was. I think Glimmer has a blue stone. Couldn't quite get that in there, but I tried to give her, like, some jewelry and things that would reflect it. Everybody wears boots on the show, like, literally every character besides Catra, who just never wears shoes. Wow, that was extremely Michigan. So, oh yeah, I gave her, like, a little necklace. But yeah, so everybody wears boots because they're all, like, fighting people all the time. So all the Sims characters wore boots, and I got very sick of the boot options as well by the end of this. This one, I really felt good about Glimmer's formal outfit. It's like, I feel like it was very, very accurate to the show, fluffy, fun. I have trouble with the show kind of telling how old the characters are supposed to be, actually. So, I made them all young adults just because they needed to be to have, like, a household, and I wanted to, like, have room to pick all three of their traits. But, like, you could play with them as teens if you want to. Like, you could make Glimmer's mom or something to be the adult of the household. But yeah, it's kind of like, because some of the horde stuff seems like, you know, like, late teens type of, you know, like, they're in a military academy, basically. Sorry if you can hear my dogs barking in the background, but the UPS guy just pulled up. Actually, my microphone was delivered earlier today, and the person who delivered it was like a dude in just a little gold like baby SUV, and it was super weird. I don't know like what the deal is with Amazon shipping in my hometown, but I don't know. But yeah, so what was I talking about? You can definitely hear the dogs. I'm so sorry. I also don't care enough to edit this because I got a lot of things to record. I'm backed up. Yeah, so Glimmer was fun to dress. She was fun to make and fun to dress, but also a challenge, which is, that's a good thing. Everything she wears is like sparkly, all that, like, it's kind of a funny, I feel like Glimmer in her essence is not necessarily like a sparkly accessorized gal, but like she literally just, her body sparkles and she like can't help it. Yeah, but she was a lot of fun. She wears, like, if you don't like pink and purple, then you got your work cut out for you. But yeah, so we did finally circle back around to the cute little overalls. For some reason, when I was making these, I felt very decisive. Like, this, actually, a lot of this happens faster than it did, for a lot of my, like, Sims cast projects. Usually it takes me, like, a million years to decide everything. And with this, I was feeling very, like, let's get it done. Let's crank it out. Probably because I was procrastinating on my exams at the time, which are over, thank God. Last time I posted, I was bitching a lot about them, but finally, all my finals are done, all the final papers and projects, and then also the exams, because every single one of my professors gave us a final big project that was due during finals, and an exam that we had to do during finals, which was, I think that's just the social sciences grind, but it was annoying. But yeah, so all that is done. I got all my grading done for, like, the class that I taught or helped to teach. So I'll get a fresh slate with that next semester. I'm very excited. But for now, like, this is what I gotta do. I've been very productive at home. I watched seasons 7 and 8 of Voltron because that's productive. I've been building an enormous mansion in Del Sol Valley with a lot of the, like, Get Famous stuff. It's a rainbow mansion, partially because, like I said, I'm at home, and you get some fun, old-fashioned family values when you go home from graduate school, and sometimes you need to make, like, a super gay mansion to just cope with that. Anyways, Bo is my, like, absolute favorite character on the show. I adore him. I would die for him. He's so cute, and so, like, doofy and amazing and, like, good at what he does, but, like, has this aura of just, like, tripping over his own feet kind of thing. He's my son. And he also looks a lot like my friend Matt, who I love dearly. And I love that he wears crop tops. I love just, like, anytime animators do a little bit of, like, take it in an interesting direction. I saw a lot of people, not a lot of people, but when I was looking for screenshots, I saw, like, a medium amount of people bitching about, like, I spent a lot of time on his face because I love him so much. I saw a lot of people bitching about, like, oh, the social justice animation, whatever. Like, everything looks the same now. Everything's, like, round and bubbly and, like, bleh. And while I was looking up those screenshots, I also got a ton of screenshots from the original, like, She-Ra, because it was originally part of the He-Man cartoon. And I got a lot of screenshots from that. All of them, literally, they drew, like, one woman and just gave her different, like, colors. Like, they just gave her, like, a red outfit to be Catra and, like, a white outfit to be, like, She-Ra or whatever. It was literally just the design of one woman, and then they just made all the other princesses and stuff look exactly like that lady. It was so fucking annoying to look at, and I just got beef with people who are like, it's more, like, it's a kid's show. And there's all these dudes on the internet that act like if you can't jerk off to it, like, it's not good. Sorry, that was gross. But, like, it irritates me beyond belief when people are like, this isn't good because I'm not attracted to any of the women in it. It's like, first of all, they're cartoons, so good. Second of all, like, maybe women are around for a purpose other than being attractive to you. Anyway, so Bo's outfit, the crop top was essential. I refused to not have the crop top, so I gave him that, this is one of my favorite shirts that The Sims has. I think this is base game, actually, this little, like, heart shirt. or maybe it's with like backyard stuff or whatever. All I know is that I had it like early on. It was one of my first, if it wasn't base game, it was in one of the first packs that I bought. And I love it dearly. And it has the heart on the front, and Bo has the heart like on his shirt, which is in red. So I tried to give him the red necklace, like balance it all out. But yeah, he's just so cute, and I would die for him. He wears this incredible crop top tuxedo during the Princess Prom episode. So we don't have that exact item of clothing in The Sims, tragically, but we have this very cleavagey one, which seemed like the spiritual cousin to that one. So yeah, he's so, look at him, he's so cute. I love him so much. I feel like the Sims traits, I know people and I also have beef with like the amount and type of traits that we have in The Sims 4, but I did feel like you could do a pretty good job with him on that one, because he has like his aspiration, to me, that's like perfect, because he's very, he's obsessed with his arrows, and he wants to like make them better and more efficient and good weapons and whatever, which is very like handy. He wants to be both book smart and handy. I think this is the aspiration that I give my Sims like 90% of the time, which is probably annoying, but whatever. And then he's a geek because he's a geek, and goofy and childish, or cheerful and goofy, I think, because he is all those things. I really just like, all of them seem very young. It's like the opposite of like the dark grungy TV trend, and I love it, because frankly there's enough going on in the world that I don't need to be sad about fictional things too. Anyways, I gave him and Glimmer the same last name just because they're both from Bright Moon. I gave everybody like the last name of like where they came from, basically, but I didn't make any of them related, so that's good, I guess. They just have the same last names because I didn't know like what last names to give them. There wasn't anything in the show about it, and there also wasn't, I don't think in the original cartoon any of them had anything like a last name. But yeah. Oh, he's such a dork. I love him so much. Obviously more crop tops, because every outfit that he wears has a crop top, I'm pretty sure, just because that's the way that he was meant to be. Speaking of, sorry about the phone being on while I record. I'm not going to re-record anything. It's too late for that. But my friend Matt, who looks like Bo, just Snapchatted me. Love him. But yeah. So he's a delightful doll, and I want to like use this sim just as like a sim in game. Like, obviously I would change the name probably, unless I'm gonna do like a cartoon let's play or something, but I actually really like the way that his like whole look turned out. The clothes, maybe I would change some of them because it's kind of boring to have the same color every time, but I really like his like facial structure and his hair and everything. So I'm just talking to myself at this point. But yeah, oh yes, okay. So I knew that I kind of wanted to make the horse somehow, just because it seemed like fun, and I wanted to flesh out the sort of like base of these characters a little bit more. So I used I forget what they're called, but it's this type of dog that is commonly referred to on the internet as like a weird looking horse. So I used that dog as the base. It's just kind of got this very like slim, lean look to it, long face, everything. So I started with that, and then I used this color pattern that has kind of like a wingy look to it. Like, you look up, it kind of looks like it has wings, right? Like the shoulders. One thing that I will say that I am very irritated at myself for is so I went through and I made sure that like the head and neck had like the main colors on them. Like the color of the horse's mane is like pink and orange. Made sure that I went through and did that all on the head and the neck. And then on the tail, I just forgot that horses also have tails. And I could have just like copied the tail that the cartoon horse had. And I'm furious. But it'd be like that sometimes. My pet designing skills are like not amazing. So like it's kind of ugly. But I still think he looks good. So, it's fine. I got a little bit better at the pet painting thing, like, as I was going through, but I really am not, like, the reason I like The Sims so much is that I can be creative without having to, like, really freehand things in any way. Like, I just pick options. I'm very good at picking options, But the whole, like, actual painting thing was a little difficult. But we're getting better. It's about improvement and trying new things, right? I got a C+ in art class in 8th grade, and I have not taken any kind of visual art class since then. So I think, like, I mean, when you look at it that way, this is kind of an impressive achievement. Like, I did make this look kind of like the horse. But yeah, a lot of them probably I could have put, like, okay, so for Swiftwind, I thought about making, like, first name Swift, last name Wind, but I wanted the game to pop up and say, like, Swiftwind is doing whatever. So yeah, this is another thing that sold me on watching the show, actually, is somebody made a post that was like, I can't believe anybody would go into She-Ra 2018 without expecting it to be incredibly gay. Like, literally, the horse is a gay pride flag. And it's true. After having worked on, like, looked at many, many photos of the horse's design, can confirm that it's basically a gay pride horse. But yeah, here you're about to see me fuck up the tail. Like, I'm so mad that I didn't just use the colors that the horse's tail actually has in the show. I treated the tail as, like, a continuation of the wings. I just didn't even think about it. And this is why you should think your decision through, kids. Not that I ever do, but, like, you should. You should probably do that. You know, whatever. I can't raise you. I'm just some weirdo on the internet who plays too much Sims. But anyway, I did actually I liked the dorkiness of having the horse dog. I think it's a fun activity. And it means that Adora is more accurate. And it means that I had to learn a little bit how to use the tools, the painting tools. So, you know, look at that. Look how much better the gradient is at the bottom than it was at the top. Like, I learned things. I feel like I self-improved by taking on this dumbass project. And why would they have, like, a unicorn horn available for the pets if not for me to make this exact thing happen? You know? Like, what? Anyway. Yeah, I think I did give the dog an outfit where it's wearing a unicorn t-shirt just because it seemed so necessary. But, you know. Yeah, look at it. It's so good. Anyway, it's like that sometimes. Okay, but how cute would it be if, like, there was a child involved in this household somehow, and you could make them wear the matching t-shirt to the dog? Anyway, yeah, so I went through with Adora. I kind of was thinking of keeping the entire face the same, but Adora, like, a lot of things actually change on her. She has a different eye color, and, like, her obviously different hair color and all that stuff. So I went through, and I also, like, made her facial features a little bit, like, stronger and more defined. So I kind of went, like, the Wonder Woman route. You know, it's kind of just, like, she contoured a lot. Did I forget to change her eye color? If I don't, oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. I was going to be so mad at myself. But yeah, her hair was also, like, if you have any CC hair that's really long and big, that would be a good choice for her. Because it's just, like, you know, we have voluminous hair, kind of, but it's, like, normal voluminous. Not like I'm a superhero space princess levels of volume, which is what you really need for Adora. God bless the spooky stuff pack, I think, for having this particular outfit in it, because it's so perfect. But one complaint is that there was no white and gold option, which would have been so perfect. Like, if we had just had, like, a white and gold option, that would have just really made my life, made it so much easier. As it is, I wavered back and forth a lot between the gold option and the white with the red. They both have a red cape, which was essential, so that's good. But yeah, life is hard for me specifically. I don't know. But yeah, if you really want to, if you end up downloading them and playing with them, you can 100% change her outfit back to the gold one. And it would be totally within your grasp, and you could do it, and it would look great. But I don't know. This is how weird I am about these things. I almost made her I almost gave her a second everyday outfit that had the gold one. Anyways, so yeah, I went through and gave her, like, I just threw some things on, just, like, some She-Ra things that I thought would give off the same vibe as the regular She-Ra outfit, but also have you know, be appropriate for various occasions. Because it really bothers me when I get a sim from the gallery and it doesn't have outfits for everything. Like, I get why you would do that, but also, you know, I want to do the interpretation of what I think Shera would wear to the office or to the gym or whatever. Yeah, I also turned the muscle slider all the way up, in case you couldn't tell. And I made her shoulders broader. You gotta, you know, we all have to live for something in this world, and mine is for making very buff lady sims. Anyway. Yeah, I've got 2 minutes left. So I've been working on that mansion a lot. I also have, the other half of the Shera cast. I know, there's gonna be like an hour and 10 minutes of footage of just the cast of Shera. It's fine. But those things are coming up. I have, I've been trying to, like, make a couple of sims for my world, my, like, Simsy Save inspired project, just, like, some original ones. So I've been using this, like, fun, Sims generator that gives you, like, the initials of the sim and maybe, like, their hair and eye color and a trait that they have, which has been really fun. So I have that coming up, and I also have been recording. The mansion is going to take, like, it's going to be, I don't even know how long of a video, like, scary long, like, probably 2 parts, because I just, literally, my laptop would die trying to upload it all as 1 part. I'm pretty sure I have, like, 7 hours of footage already, just because I wanted it to look great, and I also am letting myself take a lot of time, because I don't have anything to do, you guys. Literally, this is it. Today, my projects include making a playlist for my dad's Christmas party, taking a shower so that I'm not disgusting when my dad has his Christmas party, and, like, that's it. That's my responsibilities for the day. It's amazing. I love, like, I don't adore being at home for extended periods of time, because I think me and my parents both get on each other's nerves, but there's something to be said for just being totally done with everything that you have to do. I guess I could be working on other stuff. Like, I could, but I won't. You know, I'm going to leave that. That's a problem for future me. Where am I going to live next year? I don't know. Problem for future me. Like, what are my books for next semester? I don't know. Problem for future me. I'm really just living my life, chasing my bliss, having a good time. I'm a human heating blanket for my cat, and that makes him happy, and that's really all I could ask for. Anyway, here's some bad screenshots. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. I hope you appreciate you. Keep an eye out for the next part, and I will see you all next time.